talk about Courtney and Will. Will is in his hotel room. He's about to leave Portland because he has to make it back to California so he doesn't miss work. And he told Courtney, look, I need you to pull up to my hotel room, sign these divorce papers because I got to go. And Courtney has yet to show up. And Will admitted that this marriage has been nothing like he expected. And he admitted that he is starting to feel very resentful because he's just going through all the emotions. He feels betrayed by Courtney. He feels like she's humiliated him. He feels powerless in this situation. And now that makes sense why he is always yelling at her when he talks to her, because he feels so resentful towards her. I think he has felt powerless in this whole situation, and he feels like when he yells and gets angry, that's the only time he has control in this whole situation. So he's all bummed out because Courtney did not show up. So he is assuming that he's going to have to go home, hire a lawyer, do things the tough way. And right when he's grabbing all his bags and going outside, he's greeted by Courtney, and she gives him a nice warm welcoming. She's pretty much like, hey, mofo. And she was looking all crazy in the eyes. And every time she looks like that, she reminds me of the freaking Chucky doll, especially with that scar on her face. But she sat there and walks up with her titties just flapping underneath her shirt with no bra or anything. And she actually said she was ready to get this divorce over with. So she signed the divorce papers. And Will was shocked. This completely caught Will off guard. And he said, okay, great. But Courtney wasn't going to go out so easy. She was still going to make sure that she gave him a hard time. She sat there and was trying to snatch the papers away from him when he kept trying to grab them, and she kept taunting him, and finally he snatched them. And Courtney wasn't trying to make anything easy. Once she saw he got them, he was like, okay, I'm glad that we can finally get this over with. And she's like, I'm glad too. F you. You're gonna want this coochie in 2 weeks. I'm the best thing that's ever happened to you. She started going in on freaking Will. But Will, he clapped back too. He had some really good comebacks. I can't rewatch the episode, but I'm doing it off the top of my head because for some reason, like all the YouTube ones they have on YouTube right now, like it cuts off like 40 minutes into the episode, so I can't see the last part. But pretty much he's like, no, I'm good on that. I don't need you. You're not special because the whole town can have you. You got sugar daddies that can give you $40. You'll do anything strange for some change. And I think maybe Will miss Courtney. I think he is having a hard time like accepting that they're gonna be done, but I think he'll get over it quickly. He'll find himself a good woman. Like, I've already had women in my DMs trying to figure out his socials to hit him up. I can't find him on social media though, but he'll find himself a good girl. He don't need to be with this little Chucky doll. And I feel bad because I'm sure it's affecting his self-esteem, because he's probably thinking like, what's wrong with me that she suddenly didn't want to talk to me or want to sleep with me and just completely disregarded our marriage. I think he's probably partially trying to blame himself for the situation. And then they showed a confessional at the end, and you can tell that they've been broken up for a while. And Will said, look, I'll talk to the cameras, but I don't got shit to say to Courtney. And he said that he wanted to know if Courtney had been sleeping with other people while they're together, and she just did her little crazy psychotic Chucky laugh and said, if you only knew, because she knows that she's been sleeping around, and I know she thinks that she just said straight up like no, that he would likely be able to tell she was lying because she's not a very good liar. So she just goes ahead and plays along with it, and she just wants to do whatever she can to hurt him even more. Now I just want to talk about Zeruiah and Troy real quick. So Zeruiah did give birth to their baby. They were on live the other day, and they're taking shots, they're smoking weed, so clearly she had the baby as she's drinking alcohol, and you could hear the baby in the background start crying at one point, and Troy got up and ran to the room, attended to the baby. So they definitely have a newborn or a young child. I'm assuming is probably like a few weeks to a month old, because when she came out, like in that baby shower picture that was going around like a month or two ago, she looked like a good 8 or so months pregnant then. In this last episode, Troy decided to call his baby mama, and I'll give him props. He finally called her himself, and he calls her, and I guess they're having like this memorial thing for his father who passed away, and he wants his daughter to come to this little memorial. And the baby mama was like, I don't know. And she really sounds like she doesn't even want to let her go to that. Like, I feel like she was just contemplating because she was on camera, and she was probably trying to come up with a good enough excuse to tell him no. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't like having to agree with Troy, but I'm starting to feel like she is starting to be bitter because, I mean, this is her grandfather's memorial. He should be able to be there. Troy ended up calling Yana back again and just begged her to give him a chance to pick up Troy. And what I'm starting to feel like is I kind of feel like Yana probably isn't feeling being on this season, because I do know like last season she's saying I'm not going to do another season. So I feel like she's like at the point like she's like, okay, I'm just going to do the bare minimum. If I have to be involved with this, then I'm not going to really say anything, because she's like, I don't have anything to say. And he's like, well, I just want you to please consider letting me see my daughter. I really need her. She's my support system. I want to bring her to my dad's memorial. And she did eventually give in. So I will give her credit for at least letting him take her. And then I guess Zeruiah was trying on wedding dresses. We're going to probably end up seeing them get married again by the end of the season. I don't know for sure, but that's what it's looking like, the direction they're going. And she just tried on wedding dresses, and she talked to Troy, and at first she's kind of playing hard to get, like she wasn't sure if she was gonna show up to his dad's memorial because he's been acting all weird on her. But I'm like, okay, she's just trying to, you know, they gotta create some kind of drama because stuff's been going too good with their storyline. They haven't had a lot of drama this season, so of course she's gonna try to make it look like she's mad at him when she's not. But she eventually decided to show up and come through. But that's pretty much it, guys. There really wasn't a lot with Courtney, Will, Zeruiah, or Troy this episode, you know, besides just those tidbits. But let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.